Greetings, family. I'm so excited to present to you all my African ancestry journey. Those who haven't seen my post on Instagram or seen my post on Facebook, okay, I actually posted my order and receipt for my African ancestry information. Matrimony is on my mama's side. My papa's side, I'm already familiar with my bloodline that comes from the motherland. However, I'm not familiar with my mama's side. And so what I come to find in my research that a lot of the various groups over in the motherland, they go by the mother's bloodline. So I said, okay, let me order my mom bloodline and see what my mother's side of the family looks like, because I already spoken to a lot of my elders on my baba side. Okay, for those who don't know baba, father, okay, that's what that means. And so what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to actually open up my package, man. I'm so excited right now. I'm ready to do this. I just got the package in today, man. So, I'm excited about this. This is my journey. Every step of the way, I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to actually share my results when I get the results. So I'll be shipping this out on tomorrow. Okay, but we're going to go through this journey together, man. And I'm going to keep you guys informed. The way I feel that everybody should have pride in who and what they are. We all know what had happened to us due to colonization. So because of that, a lot of us don't know exactly where we come from. Hey, it came in this box right here, so this is it. I opened it up, and so check this out, family. It says, "Remember who you are through art." Pierre Benu is the artist behind this piece entitled "Remember Who You Are." In his words, we are our parents' tangents. Knowing your history is time travel. We are looking through the eyes of our ancestors. We are the living narrative. That's nice. That's a piece of art right there. And this is what I was reading right here off of the back of the card. As you can see, that's exactly what I was reading right there. And this is the maternal lineage kit, family. Check it out. So here we go. I'm getting ready to open it up with you guys. It's a nice packaging right there. This is the African ancestry. And for those who feel like it's too expensive, okay, now African ancestry actually has a payment plan that you can go through now. So you don't have to be concerned about the real expensive cost of it anymore. Okay, you can actually set up a payment plan now, and okay, so this is the packaging. I'm opening it up with you guys. All right, I'm excited. Again, this is the maternal side of the house for African ancestry. Man, I'm so excited, man. I could barely sleep, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm so excited. I'm looking so forward to finding this out. May the spirit help me to rest, man. I'm telling you, I'm so excited to find out what's going on. It says knowledge is power. I personally believe knowledge applied is power. It says, knowledge is power. Learn more about the African ancestry experience. It was founded in 2003 by Dr. Rick Kittles and Dr. Gina Page. African Ancestry is the world leader in genetic tracing for Africans of the diaspora, with the industry's largest and most comprehensive database of over 30,000 indigenous African DNA samples. African Ancestry helps people rediscover their ancestral history and expand the way they view themselves and the continent of the motherland. This is absolutely phenomenal. I'm loving this. And also you can do your father's side too with this. This is amazing. You know, it's amazing how some people, they have a problem with this right here. You know, the African ancestry, but the thing is that the DNA test is used to identify whether or not a child belongs to a certain parent or not. Or if there was an unidentified person, okay, they would use the DNA to identify the person. Okay, if there was criminal activity, okay, they'll do some swabbing on the scene and whatnot so they can use the person's DNA to connect them to the crime scene. So this is definitely legitimate. You know, we're talking about our own here, looking out for the benefit of us. Okay, in my personal opinion, I don't believe that nobody should be paying. I'm not talking about from this company because they got to make a living. Okay, they have staff and everybody else they have to pay. I'm talking about when you go to the local records and everything, registry and stuff like that, there's no African person that should have to pay for them to find out who their ancestors are. That just don't make any sense to me. Okay. But all right, so here goes the kit family. Here it goes right here. Give you the information about what you need to do. They give you a pre-posted stamp envelope for you to put it in. It's first class. It has your customer number on it. Okay, and it gives your swab return number on here as well. Down here at the bottom. Okay, gives you that information. So it shows you. All right, so I'm getting ready to open this up and have some wonderful instructions on the back here to tell you what you need to do and all that good stuff like that. You know, I'm so glad that I held off because on here it tells you on the back, it says to get ready to take your test, it says at least 3 hours before, do not use mouthwash or toothpaste. Do not use caffeine or alcohol. Do not smoke. Now, I normally rinse and brush after a meal, but I knew this was coming, and I said, you know, let me hold off because I took another DNA test before, and that was the issue too. Like they had those type of rules where you couldn't drink or eat or some things like that. It says right before, do rinse your mouth out twice with water. Okay. All right, so look like I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna do this. got to mention my mouth out twice. I have to do this one more time. And of course, I spew off of the camera, to maintain my manners. Okay, so I rinsed out my mouth twice. So excited to find out, my family's bloodline, man. For me, I know I questioned it, and I was kind of frustrated, when I thought about it because of what had happened to us. And so I was pretty upset about that. I was like, man, we walk around here, we don't know exactly who we are, exactly where we come from. We know that we're Africans. And it's arguable for some because some people ancestors were already here, and I don't argue with people about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they know their family bloodline. Like my cousin did research, and he knows the family bloodline as well too. So with that being said, I don't argue with people about that right there because they know whether or not their family is indigenous to this continent or not. Because a lot of people family actually know. Some people don't like to talk about it in the family. If I was you, I would ask. Because when I asked my grandmother, about our bloodline, she actually did have some knowledge of it. Now, she didn't know the history in its entirety, but she did know something about our bloodline, so you'll be surprised at what your family actually knows. Just ask around, dig, find out. Because, culture is very important because that's how you identify yourself. With culture, you find out your way of living, you find out your language, you find out what type of clothing, like the Akan, traditionally their garments is kente, they have the Adinkra symbols, right? So you're dealing with the Yoruba. With the Yoruba people, it's Ifa, that's their spiritual system, so, it's very important, you be able to familiarize yourself with who and what you actually are, okay? Okay, so it's telling me I have to open it up, and it says I have to rub the swab 20 times on each side of my cheeks. It says roll the swab firmly along the inside of each of your cheeks, approximately 20 times per cheek. Then you have to allow the swab to dry completely on a clean tissue or paper towel. Repeat the process until you have used all 3 swabs provided. Okay. So I got 3 right here. Got my paper towel. I'm getting ready to get it in, family. So thank you all for joining me with this journey. Again, I'm excited about it. You know, we have a right to know who and what we are. We have a right to be who we are. I believe we have to hold the country accountable as it relates to being the land of the free. Okay, that be the case, then we should have the freedom to be exactly who we are and what we are. And we shouldn't have to continue to fight about our hairstyles, okay, for those who have locks, those who have afros, any cultural garments that we wear pertaining to our culture, that should never be a problem, okay? So when that is a problem and we are persecuted because of that, that means that there's some hypocrisy going on, okay? Everybody has a right to be freely who they are. Chinese, Japanese, okay, European, okay, Filipino. You know, us certainly being African, we have a right to be who and what we are. You know, so I encourage you, hey, make that stand. You have to make that stand. You have to be bold enough to make that stand. You know, just like our ancestors did. They literally laid down their lives, you know, so we can be free, not only just physically, but we can be free mentally as well, too. So we can be free to be practitioners of our spirituality, okay, without being lynched or burned at the stake, you know, being called devils and being proclaimed to practice witchcraft and things of that nature, things that happen, you know, to us. You know, nobody should be forced out of their culture, okay? Nobody should be forced to wear somebody else's name or clothing, okay? Or to embrace their culture by force, right? We should respect each other's way of life across the board, right? So we have a right to be free. So stand up, get up. As our ancestor Bob Marley said, peace and blessings be upon them. Stand up, you know, for your rights. He said, don't give up the fight. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have a blessed one. Be talking to you soon. Also, I'll be doing the name change. I'll let you know how that goes too. That's a part of my journey as well. Okay, so once I find out everything, I'll be legally changing my name. So I'll tell you guys what I went through, what forms I had to get, all those wonderful things like that. Of course, every state varies. However, I want you guys to be on this journey with me. You have a blessed one.